kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Tell me, boy.
You like that one?
Hey, I ain't taking no pay cuts.
We got them high afraid. That's a mission for sure.
Oh man, that's fucked up, dog. I like that.
That gets the people going.
It gets people going. Oh, testicles 1, 2, testicles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're back at it. And you cracked at it. And here's the balloon on the microphone.
Woo, that is right. Welcome back to Paranormal Radio Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Trebles Garcia, the humble host of this amazing show. And joining me at 1 to 2 is the best co-host in the motherfucking planet, Big Tank. Salute, salute.
Salute, Big Daddy. How you doing today, Big Cheese?
Oh man! First of all, Phil, that was a good rap battle. I fucking had fun. I was choking on my own saliva, which is crazy. I miss you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have to do some fan service here. At the end of the day, we all know that we always come back to these classic episodes, and the only reason that we get on this fucking mic and we come back to these shows is because you guys tune in. Now, on top of having an amazing show with David Weiss and all the information in the world, a banger episode, we also brought back the fucking, I guess he's the most valuable piece of this fucking show, Big Tank. Everybody, everybody has been messaging. I have a couple of people that message us, and some people message him telling him that why the fuck isn't he on the fucking show anymore, or what's up. So I guess I annoy you guys. So Big Tank, connect the randomizing machine.
I'll say that. Hey, motherfucker does get annoying. Big old chrome dome, got nothing good to say.
You're a fucking dick for that one. Oh. Big Tank, connect the randomizing machine. Let's give him the listener of the week.
Randomizing machine, do your thing.
Paranoid Radio.
That is right. This is where I read you a review from Apple Podcasts. That is right. Real topics, ugly but unique matters. 5 stars. This person said, I am truly entertained. Topics are so real and hit home with me. Great podcast. I will stay tuned, and so should you all. Thank you. Ugly but unique matters. That was an amazing and very heartful Apple Podcast reviews. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have your reviews read on the show live, drop it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, absolutely free. Thank you so much, you ugly but unique matters. This episode goes out to you. Now, Big Tank, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nope, it's Paranoid Radio. Big Tank, what is happening?
What is going on, my people? You know the deal. This is the best segment of the show. Don't y'all forget it. Put some respect on the name. And you know how it goes down. I'm going to give you guys 2 stories, and I want you guys' official input. And I want your 2 cents for my 2 cents, and we're going to deposit that bitch into the bank of knowledge, because we making money. We start getting them dimes up there, big dog.
Dude, that's the bank of knowledge.
Shit, no half off deal here for sure.
There's no midgets in this bitch. Sorry, guys.
So you're doing something crazy. All right. So. Let's get this straight. What the fuck is going on, world? I'm gonna go with one of the most controversial topics hitting the world by storm right now.
Oh man,
that Chinese weather balloon. And no worry, it's not spying. It's just weather balloon.
Oh yeah, just a weather balloon. Man, that's a crazy story, dog. I guess they found another one. They found 2, and then they found another one in Canada. It's like
and another one in Brazil or something like that. Yeah,
what?
It's pretty wild, big dog. It's pretty wild. They've all been shut down, big dog. Well, except for the one in Brazil. There, China is stating it's for research purposes only. There's not
of course,
spy
it's
balloon.
for research. Of
course, 110%. I want to say the U.S. was within its right to shoot it down.
Of course, it's in short territory.
Exactly. It is alienating private airspace, not to say the very least.
Mm-hmm.
It was clearly visible.
Mm-hmm.
CIA is technically going through it right now, so it is pretty funny.
I honestly think they were collecting data. They were collecting fucking spots, infrastructure, highways, they had to, pipelines, gas, fucking trade routes,
Low
everything.
tech, but high tech technology all day, big dog.
If it goes undetected, it could bring in all the information they ever needed for an invasion or destruction of our infrastructure within our infrastructure. They don't even need to
100.
fucking bring bombs. They just fucking bring in the little fucking college students and they fucking walk in this bitch and skadoosh.
Exactly. But let's not forget, this isn't something new. China actually caught a multiple armed plane about what was it, a couple years back?
Yeah.
Where they interrogated them and held them for 20 days because the US was spying. So let's not play the victim either.
No,
You get me?
obviously not.
I mean, let's be honest about it.
Our
But it
satellites
is definitely-
capture this shit all the time too, right?
Exactly my point. Let's not be babies about it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's world versus war, country versus country, however you want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, another thing that they have been saying is that the population in China has been over guessed, so they don't even have that correct measurement anymore.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
say
yes,
that again.
yes,
Say that
yes,
again,
yes.
because this is
So,
good.
Recent census have actually pointed out that there's less population in China than what they appear to believe. So if you guys don't know, China does have that rule of one. We're basically only allowed to have one children per household, and even then applying
No,
for second one.
I think it's one daughter per part. Oh, you could have, I think, up to 3 or 4 kids, but you can only have one girl. If you have another girl, she gets taken out of your gut, like ripped out.
Some bullshit like that. Okay.
Yeah.
But they have been trying to diminish their population themselves. They've even gone as far as giving workers once a week a Plan B pill.
What?
Talk about convenience. Some of the companies out there actually do that, believe it or not.
That's insanity. And it's
definitely
but they have a
is.
good grip on their fucking people too, huh?
Well,
Like they have a grip
exactly.
on. That's crazy, dog. I didn't know that.
So they've actually released it that they've shot over by 2 million people as of right now, just off a basic census.
Can I be honest with you? Nothing that comes out of China should be trusted. Like just like nothing that comes out of the U.S. government should be trusted. They're gonna lie to the world because they don't want the people knowing what the fuck's happening inside. How many people are getting their dicks wet in a day? Like they don't want to know. Nobody wants to put that information out. I don't want to know what's up with that. And then for spying purposes, right? For other governments not to know what the fuck's going on.
Exactly,
China's gonna lie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Word.
let's get back to the basics of it. What the fuck is happening in China? Do we really know? No. Are they doing shady shit? Yeah, everybody is. Let's get that shit straight. I mean, don't point the finger, because 4 of them point back, motherfucker.
Are they selling bitches a half price off? Yeah, maybe.
Can I get a 2 for 1?
Oh shit! Oh man!
Oh my god!
That was good.
On to the next one.
Yeah.
Woo! Let's actually take a little bit less of a political approach, or I guess
That's
war
right.
approach. My people, there has been, I would say within the last couple years, there's been something called fleshlights, which is basically an ejaculation tool for men.
Oh my god.
Okay. So
Uh-huh.
one of the most curious things happened. Okay, and I'm gonna say curious because I don't want to be fucked up in any type
It
of
got
way.
pregnant.
No.
Yeah, little
None of
flashback
that,
babies.
none of that.
You have some fucking nonsense ass story. I'll be like, dick, what the fuck?
There are some quote unquote electrical ones that provide a soothing sensation that seem to give you that Twister Wizard 3000 real life motion.
Oh shit.
Allegedly.
Oh.
So one actually short circuited on a man and gave him 2nd degree burns.
Get the fuck out, dog.
Yes.
I knew you were gonna say some fucked up shit. I knew it.
I know. As far as I could tell, it's a no-name and shit that you buy off China.
Not against water, not water resistant.
Not water resistant.
Oh man.
So as far as we're gathering, my people, he took a shock to his life after releasing his load. All right, let's get that one.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was a shocking experience.
It was definitely jolting him.
Oh, dang, get it, jolting? I get why. I now I know why. I know why you said jolting. 'Cause you know how men. Oh, I get it. Oh shit!
But nonetheless, my people, if you do have one, please be very careful. You do not want to end up like this guy. Just
oh shit!
Hey, he didn't know if he was coming or going, big dog.
That was fucked up, dog. So what happened to his dingling? Is he okay? He's gonna get cut it off, or
you know what? The story is still progressing. They did not divulge much. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even want people to know. Let's
what
be
a
honest.
fucking idiot, dog.
Oh,
Damn.
big dog. You know what? Are you playing with dangerous territory when it comes to something like that? Technically, something electrical around your private genital areas.
You know, but these things are made specifically to get. I don't want to use the word fucked, but to get molested by your fucking penis. These things are made for this.
But it's something electrical to your dick.
Okay, well, did you know? Fun fact. I'm just gonna throw this out there. You know those electric balls that you touch and the electricity follows your finger?
Yes.
You can find at Spencer's.
Yes.
Did you know that if you rub one of those on top of a female clit, the female comes? I'm just saying, dog. Look, fool, I'm telling you, you got it.
Wise words. Living legend in the flesh.
Sorry about that, dog.
Asking for Brian Dave, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just telling you because a friend of mine told me the story, you know. Oh, man.
And that is what's going on right now, my people. These were your two stories. I hope you like them. I hope you guys enjoy it onto your regular schedule broadcasting.
That is right, Big Tank. Thank you so much for those two amazing stories. As always, doing an amazing job. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the mood. We have a special guest that has been here before. He actually blew it the hell up, and he blew it out of the dome. I hope you catch what I'm trying to say. Guys, Flat Earth Dave hails from the East Coast of the United States, where he was born and raised. He began his Flat Earth journey when he left his lucrative corporate job and started his own company. As a hobby, he hosted a conspiracy comedy show in New York City Comedy Club for 3 years. After many fans urged him to look at what he considered to be a ridiculous notion called Flat Earth, and I'm using quotation marks, he sought out to disprove this conspiracy and put it to bed once and for all. It was then that he discovered that Flat Earth was in fact the true Earth and hasn't looked back. He is now on a mission to wake up the world to Flat Earth because he thinks it's the most important topic today, especially in the light of today's current political and social climate. Welcome, welcome, Dave. It's an honor to have you back on, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. And yeah, everything you said is true. And every flat earther has the same exact story. We thought it was stupid. We laughed at people that mentioned it. And only when you look in the proper places, because Google isn't going to serve you anything useful. Once you understand what it is, then you can't figure out how you ever didn't see it before. I mean, it's literally so obvious once you see it that every flat earther says the same thing. I don't know how I ever believed in the globe before, but a glober, and we all used to be globers, would say there's a million proofs of the globe. There's zero proofs of flat earth. Opposite is true. Okay. It's so stupid. I'm not going to look at it. Pre-programmed thought. Okay. And
from childhood.
Yeah, from childhood, and then, and the typical thing, what about boats over the horizon? Well, if the earth was a globe, boats would go over the horizon, but they appear to go over the horizon. They do disappear from bottom up sometimes, not because of curvature. And we can prove that because the curvature is a physical thing and it's at a specific distance, no farther than X, depending on where you're viewing. And we can prove that we can see things way farther. And, the last thing I'll say, and I'll throw it back to you, is in the glober world, you have to make excuses for everything. Well, the reason we can see that building across the lake is because the lake temperature is this and the air temperature is that, and the relative humidity, and it's lifting up just high enough, and it stops magically at eye level, and you can see it perfectly crispy clear, and it doesn't go away.
Gymnastics.
Right? Or the flat earther answer is always the same because it's flat. We see it because it's flat.
I remember that you spoke with us the first time you were here on our show. You spoke about the ice wall and that there's more lands outside of our ice wall that keeps us together. Basically, there's more land out there that they don't want us to know. They don't want us to find out that there's unlimited resources for us humankind here. And then the last question I gave you was, why hide the flat earth from us? And you said to disconnect and to hide the creator, God. And essentially, that was like an intro level information for the people that are skeptic to flat earth. And I really wanted to talk to you about, you guys gave me a list of stuff that I could talk and I could pick and choose, right? And I would want you to start off with a little bit of Tartarian, how it connects to world's affairs today, if it's okay with you.
Let's just quickly start with the ice wall.
Okay.
You know, what large bodies of water at rest need a container, and that container is the land that's higher than the lake, or you know, whatever, the large body of water. So you know, Antarctica could be the shoreline. It is as far as we're allowed to go. We're not even allowed to go that far, to be honest, except for little guided tours to Deception Island, you know, named after, you know, next to Rothschild Island. The whole crazy situation.
Okay.
I don't know what's beyond here. Maybe it's not a solid wall all the way around, right? So this is just real quick. And those of you that have been watching my podcasts, I talked about this before. Have you ever seen this map? This map is was found in a Buddhist temple, published in a Hawaiian newspaper in 1910. And it shows all of these continents out here. The question is this frozen all the way around, or are there shipping lanes? Are there open waters? Okay. So
wow. Okay.
So that's interesting. So this has happened a while ago, and since then they fixed this glitch. There's a you can track cargo ships all over the world. You can go on a cargo shipping tracking site, and it'll show you all the cargo ships, and you can click on any one, get all the information. What do they have? Where they're going? Where they're coming from? Where they're registered? Size of the ship? Captain's name? Everything. Okay. But we saw some ships hundreds of miles inside the shoreline of Antarctica, hundreds of miles inside the shoreline of Antarctica, right? And so we clicked on this ship right here. We clicked on this ship, and it said it was not very little information. It said the ship was 580 meters long, 80 meters wide. That is a gigantic ship. That is a dauntingly gigantic ship. 580 meters. Okay, it's almost 2,000 feet. Okay. I think it's, yeah, it's huge. It's massive. And it said where it was registered, and it was registered on a little island called Kiribati out here in the middle of nowhere. I have a pin on it so I can see it's right here. Okay. So I zoom in on it. This is literally a sandbar. Okay. A sandbar, right? Called Kiribati. The American government, the Chinese government is highly invested in this island. China gave them $10 billion recently. Okay.
Really?
$10 billion. What are they giving them $10 billion for? Right. Right. What is going on out here?
Military usage, maybe as a landing strip for military planes, perhaps.
It's not a land air sea training base. We already have those in right here off of Puerto Rico, one called Vieques, which I used to go to a lot. This is not. This is a cargo ship. Okay. So here's my thought. What if they were having shipping lines of trafficking either, let's just go good, food, technology with other worlds, with other advanced worlds, or maybe they're less advanced and we're trading them for whatever. Okay. Or maybe they're human trafficking. We don't know what they're up to, but they're, you know, my question is, I have a video. It's called, How Would You Know? Right? How would you know if there wasn't 100 different shipping lanes going to these outer lands? Because when's the first time you heard about the island of Kiribati?
Never. Just the first time.
Like a minute ago.
Yeah.
A minute ago. Right. And you probably never would have heard about it. $10 billion.
You're saying this is a ship, not an island?
No, there's an island there, but there's a ship registered to that island, gigantic ship that is going outwards, going south. Okay. What is going on
which
there?
Which is the ship that you saw inside Antarctic before they fixed the glitch.
Way beyond whether there's land there or frozen, one or the other. It's supposed to be navigable. Did I say that right?
That, exactly.
Yeah.
I get you.
Right.
Okay, that's
And-
a bomb. I didn't know that.
And just to wrap that up, so I want everyone to try this at home. Go to googleearth.com, not the downloaded one, and go and get the measuring tool and measure the United States. And so you make a line around it, boom, it tells you the square miles. Beautiful. We can measure, we can get a fairly good measurement. Let's try something farther south. We'll do Australia. And you just make a line around Australia, and it's going to tell you the approximate square miles. Now, what are the two places on the globe, on the Earth? Boom, mileage, right? What are the two places on the globe that would tell us whether it's flat or round? And that would be the North Pole and the South Pole, right? Antarctica. If we had free access to Antarctica, we could prove flat Earth true or fake, right?
Okay.
Look what happens. Look what happens when you try to circle it. It doesn't let you. Did you see that?
What?
So you connect it, and it's measuring this area out here. What's that about? And that's because this is
okay, it could be a logical explanation. Unfinished data. They can't provide the data onto the AI to get it done, to show it to us. Maybe.
Okay. Well, so let's go a little farther. We go back up north. We do Greenland, no problem. And now we'll do the North Pole, and we get the same type of thing. Okay. We get the same type of thing. So here's my this is what I think. I think that what they're this is what I know. They're lying about Antarctica. They're lying about
at least the North Pole, right? They're lying about the poles.
They're lying about the poles. So here's, we imagine if we have this map here and we cut out the circle, just out between the green and the white. Okay. And so we're eliminating anything that's out here. 99.999999999% of the realm could be outside here. And this is just a fraction of a fraction of a fraction, our pond, right? So if you cut that out and you take that disc and you wrap it around a globe, wrap it around a sphere in Photoshop, what do you have? You have a prison for your mind, a prison for your thoughts. Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
So that's what they did. So now your thoughts, your deep inner belief from childhood is thinking the world is this.
What did you just do to the map?
I wrapped it around the globe. Now the globers will say, we took the map. We took the map and we did a projection to create our map, right? The opposite is true. The flat Earth map was here before the globe was here, right? So we have the Gleason's map. You've seen the Gleason's map. That's the map I just showed you. Give me a second to get rid of that. Okay. So here's the Gleason's map. This was in all schools, all libraries, everything up into the mid 1950s. And then it was removed. It was in encyclopedias. It was in libraries. It was in schools. And then it's removed. However, all of the agencies, the UN, all the agencies around the world use this map as their logo. Fascinating, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if jumping way forward here, your thoughts create your reality. Okay. Your thoughts create your reality. And when your thoughts are imprisoned in a globe, a limited globe flying through infinite space and you're insignificant, you've limited your manifestation powers. That's what this is all about. Yep. They have us literally, not only have they shortened our minefield, they've shortened our lives with it, right? Because if you can't connect, your imagination, right? If you can't connect to, infinite realm, you're trapped, and that's not good. That's not healthy. And that's how
the same deal with that experiment on the I think it was lice. They put how they jump. They put them in a jar, and they're supposed to jump almost 4 or 5 feet. Yeah. Or they keep them in a jar, and they programmed themselves. Right. They had babies, and their babies were programmed to just jump that high. And that's a real experiment that they did. Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's exactly what they're doing with us. And the people are like, well, it's not that bad. I'm doing pretty well. I got a good job, and I get to go on vacation. Well, that's because you are literally limited. I mean, what if, that picture I had with all of those, other lands out there, that's tons of 30, 40 other continents. That's just in our pond. What about the other ponds? Okay, across the plane, scientifically possible versus scientifically impossible outer space. All right.
Do you believe maybe extraterrestrials come from this extra territory?
extraterrestrials from the extra territory in the outer space. The outer space, outside of the pond, the outer space, scientifically possible. So one of the things that the Globers say the darndest things, right? It's just so funny. Australia is all stretched out in your map. Okay, all of the southern continents are all screwed up on the globe map. If you look at a globe map, the dark blue is the actual size that they're claiming, and the light blue is what they show us on a globe. Okay. So the United States is really only this big. Well, look, it's almost the same size as Australia.
Why do you think they do that?
Well, it's literally to confuse us so we don't know where we live, because you can't wrap a flat map on a sphere. So they had to distort it and get everybody confused. I think both of them are bigger than they're telling us, but they're both about the same width, in my opinion. Again, and there's people that are like, well, Australia is now, you can go across Australia, not easily, and it's really hard to measure. And if you're flying in an airplane, you're using GPS, and GPS is run by NASA, the deceivers. You're aware of that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Created by Nazis. I know.
Right. All right. So now we'll go to. Do you want to talk about Tartaria?
Yeah, bring me in a little bit on that, because that was very interesting. That popped up on your list of topics that you guys sent me. I was like, I gotta have some of this.
Yeah, in my app, the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app, on the web button, there's a button that looks like a spider web. Hit that. Find the Tartaria Mud Floods button. But before you click it, get some food and water, call in sick to work, let your wife or husband know that you won't be coming out for a while. And because you're going to go so deep, it's unreal. It's unreal. The amount of information that you can get out of there. And when you're watching those videos, hey, I like this video, subscribe to that channel. And then you have 100 more videos. Okay.
Wow.
It's endless. But have you ever heard about the giant bells that they have? Bells. No. So in the past, and these are not even all the big ones, there was giant bells all over the world, and they use.
For the listeners that are not used to watching videos, you guys need to tune in to Rumble, because he's showing me live graphics right now of a bunch of bells. So you guys need to see this. I've never seen this in my entire life. Proceed, man. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no worries. And I'm going to say it right now. There's a lot of people love the short format stuff on Instagram. There's a channel, it's all one world, called I am the impossible dreamer. Improbable. I'm the improbable dreamer. Improbable or impossible. I'm the improbable dreamer. This guy is phenomenal. Watch every one of his videos, buy him a coffee, do whatever you want. Just watch his videos, and you'll want to throw him one of his donation links. But so these bells, the theory, and it's kind of a proven theory, that the vibrations from these bells were used for healing, right? You can heal people. There was a one story from the early 1900s where everybody was sick with something, and they rang the bells early. They rang the bells for like hours and hours, or maybe for days, and everybody got better. Okay.
Yeah. Frequency,
right? So World War I and World War II, they said, we don't have enough ammo. So they gathered all the bells and melted them for ammo. They destroyed all the bells.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you don't find these bells all over the world anymore, right? But they were everywhere, right?
Destroying the history with it as well.
Yeah.
The medicinal purposes.
And what's your view on giants?
We just did an episode on giants, the Nephilim. It's I'm not a skeptic. I have to believe into wow. See, these are the images I needed to find. Wow, there's too many coincidences. There's no coincidences. There's too many stories around the world that show us that we've gone to war for specific reason, relics, giants against giants, like the most recent encounter in Iraq, and many other. Right? I truly believe on them.
Many others. Absolutely. There was a TikTok guy recently that spotted a giant on top of a mountain, and then he went back.
Andrew Dawson. We just did his
the guy that died, right?
He had an encounter with the CIA. CIA secret operatives, and they took him out. And there's no real proof that he died. There's only a pamphlet from the mortuary inside his town, but there's no proof that he really died. There's no paperwork.
Who
nothing.
knows? I mean, these psyops are incredible. So this is just a screenshot. There's video of these giants moving around within people, and everyone's dressed to the T, right? And this is from I'm the Impossible Dreamer. And he always talks about, he calls it, he goes, we're the inheritors of a post-apocalyptic world. So I'm not saying who caused it, what caused it, but in the late 1800s, some mid 1800s, somewhere in there, there was a worldwide catastrophe, a mud flood, if you want to call it that, whatever. Okay. And then the people that came in afterwards inherited these cities. San Francisco was already built.
Egypt,
just everywhere, right? And so these people on horses and buggies came in to where there's giant cathedrals that we couldn't build today with the biggest cranes, right? But they're on horses and buggy. Okay.
Facts.
So these are the inheritors of the post-apocalyptic world. This crap is not deniable. Okay. We can theorize on what caused it, where the people came from, where all the children came from on the orphan trains, right? You know about the orphan trains, right?
I heard very briefly. What is that?
So
touch on it.
All of a sudden there was trains all over the place filled with children, very few adults. Okay. Where did they come from?
Are these the kids that they were dressed as mail, that they were getting mailed out to people?
Oh, the mail, that was another thing. You can send
that
a
was
child.
Another one thing, right? That's real.
That was amazing, right?
There's articles and stuff and pictures on that where they were mailing out through USPS, like real. They were mailing out kids, right? Because there was too many kids, like almost like slaves.
And there was incubators at the see live growing children at the World's Fairs, and then there was even we found a sign that said age your children like 2 years in 6 weeks or something, right?
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah,
right? I know. I have a friend. I'm gonna shout him out, Rico. He's from Canada. He sent me all those. These are deep dives, right? But I have
Rico's tinfoil hat, Rico's tinfoil sombrero.
No. This guy, he's a listener. He's a subscriber. He's a follower and a big fan of ours. And I'm a fan of him. We have communication. But he's just a conspiracy theorist, a hard art listener. And he sends me videos. Oh, check this out. You should do an episode on this. And dude, he sent me the kids getting mailed out, the orphan kids on the train. Right. And it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
So by the way, anything beyond the shoreline of Antarctica or above as high as we can go is speculation. And let me say that clearly. I'm talking about lands, people, stuff coming from beyond Antarctica. I have no proof of it. There's tons of evidence. Okay. There's tons of stories about it, like the Iron Republic. I highly recommend you listen to or watch that. I'll tell you where you can listen to it easy. And it's in the 1800s, written, late 1800s, about more land beyond Antarctica with advanced people out there that had left the inner world, the inner space, in the 1600s because there was tyranny going on, and they left.
Inner as in Hollow Earth?
Inner like where we live, the inner of our pond, and they moved to the extra terra outside of Antarctica because they wanted to get away from the tyranny that was going on here. So just a thought. Okay. We live here in this pond, right? This is our realm. Okay. There's extra terra all outside here, right? Okay. These are other lands. And so this is the Earth pond. And out here is another pond. Maybe this is the Mars pond. And maybe this is this
is where the name of the planets come from.
Well, a piece of the plane is a planet. A piece of the plane, a planet. Okay. And so look, these are only tens of thousands of miles away, which is very doable, especially with, aircraft that run on, etheric energy, right? Rather than, fossil fuel nonsense, right?
Yeah. So wait, you were saying there's no fossil fuels?
No, there's fossil fuels, but it's not from fossils. I mean, the oil is abiotic. All the old oil wells are full again. Where did they come from?
How many dinosaurs would have to die to make the amount of petroleum that we use throughout every day? Just one day.
We shouldn't be pulling oil out of the earth, in my opinion. The oil is the blood, the lubricant of the world. The ocean, salt water is plasma. It's the same as your blood. Okay. Exactly. The earth is an electric system. The land is the salt bridge. The oceans carry the current and the salt water. The sun and the moon are the anode and the cathode of the system.
Symbiotically working together.
We are part of this living system. Okay. We can't live anywhere else. But what if these were more advanced worlds out here. Let's just say these local ones around us are more advanced worlds. These are people that have souls that have graduated the Earth training school and have graduated and gone to the more higher spiritual realms. Okay.
Spiritual realm.
But
Keyword.
still physical here on a physical plane.
Okay.
And by the way, the physical realm is the lowest vibration. Pure consciousness is not physical.
Yeah. You know, Dave, I've gone through different, right now I'm going through a transformation from within as well. And I'm through the transformation with it, I'm getting knowledge from, I'm noticing a lot of things as I read the Bible to defend myself against religious people. And as I go through Flat Earth, because I like to not only entertain, but learn from, different conspiracy theories within the community, right? Because the community is like fighting with each other. And then I'm noticing that not only through the political views, the galactic views, Flat Earth views, the religious views, the spiritual views, they are all telling me almost the same story, just different labels, different words. And like you just did right now, the planet, they're using language also to not only relabel it and resell it to you repackaged, but it's like a spell, bro. It's how can I tell you? They tell you something with one meaning that you believe in, but it's actually meaning something else.
Our words use spelling, right?
Spelling.
The words are way more powerful. You have to be careful what you say, because what you say creates your reality, right? And people say
the Bible says that too. First was the word, and then he created us out of the word.
Universe, the one verse created the world, right?
Wow.
Right.
Dude.
And it's not this endless space, scientifically impossible nonsense that dilutes God, right? If you want to dilute something, what do? You pour it into endless space.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So just this Dave Weiss theory, hear it all. What if they said, hey, it's time to repopulate the Earth pond. We need children. All you couples out here, bring forth some souls, and then we're going to send them in. And they sent them in on underground trains, just like Disneyland. It's a map of the world, and underground, everything moves around, right? So they shipped, however they shipped them. Maybe they shipped them on that Kiribati ship, and they come in, and then they put them on trains and ship them to towns, right? So. And then, and if you were living out here and hey, I'm going to have a child and I'm going to send it into the greatest experience that this soul can ever have, right? If you view life from a soul's perspective, you would be willing to give up your child to send them in to this training ground, this amazing training ground. And that's where we live, in a training ground. Okay. And our goal here is to expand the mind of the creator, right? And to just advance our soul's knowledge, right? I believe that souls are eternal beings, if you will, right? I'll give you a link after this, and you can put it in the show notes. And it's about souls and what a soul is, and it's a question and answer about souls. It's quite amazing. And it's about a 10-15 minute read. And I guarantee you, if you read 2 minutes into it, you won't stop reading it. And it's fascinating. I
got to look it up. I got to send it to me, please. I'll put it on the description of the show.
Yeah. So remind me at the end to give you that.
I will.
And so these are 178 known worlds. This is, if you go in my app, which can be found at flatearthdave.com, and you go to the books section,
you can download this also on Apple and on the Play Store,
Apple and Android. But if you try, there's already a knockoff one by the Globers that want you to have their information. They stole my name and everything. The app is horrible. If you get their app, great. Just don't leave me a bad review. Leave them a bad review. Because a lot of people send me emails. Your app sucks. There's no videos. It doesn't look like it.
Did you get it for free? Then that's the one that you should.
No. You still have to pay for theirs. Mine's $3. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So this is the navigator who crossed the ice wall right here.
Okay.
Right? It's a short book. You can read it in no time at all. And it literally takes the story of Star Wars and brings it down here to Flat Earth, right? About the alliance between the different planets. And there's hostile worlds and friendly worlds and people traveling in between. And they say that all humans have a connection to, the source.
The Force.
The source.
I'm a Star Wars super fan.
Dude, get this book. Get this book, right? Click this.
Okay.
Get this book. It's cheap book. Get it. There's actually a series of 3 of them, and the other ones are even shorter. Get the book and read it, and you're going to be like, holy crap. Because endless space vacuum adjacent to gas pressurized spinning water balls is scientifically impossible. This, the flat earth realm, is scientifically possible. All right. And here's the thing. I tell everybody, don't believe anything I say. Okay. Go verify this stuff yourself. Right. A lot of
people are lazy, man.
Yeah, everyone's
lazy. They're lazy to search up, put your name on a search bar. They're lazy they have cell phones with one moment here. I'm getting a call. Give me a moment here.
Yep.
Give me a moment here.
Oh,
sorry about that.
No worries.
Sorry about that. Yeah, they have a cell phone which holds thousands of hundreds of terabytes of information in milliseconds at your fingertips, and they're still lazy. A lot of people don't want to do the research. A lot of people, some of them don't even want to be woken up.
Right.
Here's a back to Tartaria. Here's when you talk about the mud floods. You know, look at these, what's underneath these buildings? Okay. People, that's natural. There's so much buried stuff in this world. It is absolutely mind-blowing. And then
what was Tartaria? It was a civilization? What was it?
So a lot of people, when they talk about Tartaria, they mislabel it. They say it was a worldwide civilization. And other people go, no, it's just in Russia and other parts of the world. I call it the Tartarian times. Back in the time when Tartaria was an empire, there was empire all the way across the Earth realm, and they were all interconnected. They were all doing the same thing. They were all building star forts, right? They're all building star forts, and they're like, oh, they're military forts. No, these are energy producing.
Let me guess, they're also on landlines.
Yeah, everywhere. The Statue of Liberty built on a star fort. Okay,
it is
all
absolutely
right, and everything you believe, and then to remember this one here was built when we had horses and buggies and no power tools.
How?
What the hell? How did they get this up here? Okay, no, and so who built it? The giants built it, right? I don't know. I think lots of the stuff may have been laid down by the creator or whoever, whatever creation was, said, hey, you know what? I'm not just going to build this realm. I'm going to throw down some infrastructure. Okay. Why not? You're going to build an Earth. Why not throw some castles on it? That's just me.
Let me ask you a question. What's your take on the Anunnaki then?
Well, the Anunnaki, I believe, were a race. In that book I was telling you about, there's a land, it's called the Land of the Anunnaki. And, the whole story of them coming here and manipulating our genes and stuff, there could be some truth to that. In the book, it talks about there's a group called the Custodians, and then there's the Anunnaki who had telepathic ability, and they could really control the lower thinking humans and did all sorts of stuff, right? There's so many possibilities. The truth is we don't know, but to believe that we just evolved from monkeys is ridiculous.
That's absolutely dumb. Yeah, I don't either.
Absolutely nonsense, right? And
this is insane. So you're showing me images of the bows, showing me images of the Star Fortress. You said, what are they called?
Yeah, they're called Star Forts. Just there's on the button on the app. Go to the Mud Floods Tartaria button, and then you'll find videos on Star Forts. On the homeschooling section, hit the homeschool button, and there's a button there called John Levy, and watch every single one of his videos. Now he'll start out, he's like, today we're going to be looking at the Star Forts. You'll be like, what the hell is going on? Now let me tell you something. I listen to all my videos when I'm researching on double speed because
me too. I can't listen to any podcast at regular speed in my own.
John Levy, the slowest talking, most unemphasizing person. I listen to him on regular speed because I don't want to miss a word he's saying. Right.
What?
And I want to look at the images he's showing more. Right. This is in New York City. They were digging and they found buildings underneath the streets.
Yeah, they built on their buildings.
Right.
This is
insane. all over the world, all over.
And, okay, so those buildings are old ones, not necessarily new ones. The new ones are on top. And this is from
this is from the old world. So the mud flood buried them, and they just put new streets over them. Right.
Do you think let me ask you a question. The mud floods. Do you think the mud floods are part of or a secondary effect for the older or younger dryas?
I don't know what
events?
caused the mud floods. I don't know if it was God, natural, human caused. I don't know if it was worldwide at the same time, but I do know there was mud floods, and you could find it in every city, everywhere. You'll find buildings with windows underground looking straight into the mud. You'll find stuff buried. You know, in New York City, the buildings downtown are incredible, right? And they're all old world buildings. This is the building in Salt Lake City. This is the
what's this called?
This is the temple and the church in Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City is built around this. Okay. This was built horse and buggy days.
No way, dude. This is on a mound and it's huge. And look at the architecture on this.
Just go look up the church in Salt Lake City. And
that looks almost like
city,
British.
No, this
European.
And all of these antennas up here, these are gathering energy, transmitting energy. You know, this is technology that is being hidden from us. Why the lie about the globe? They're hiding technology. They're hiding.
I've always mentioned
land.
that in these particular buildings inside, this is the reason why the Catholics hum, they sing those songs, because they have acoustic properties that not only heal, but also put you in a trance. They know what technology to use, the smells and bombarding your senses with all this information and acoustic frequencies to not only control you, but also, have you under their grips.
And you know, there's many pictures like this, cities like this, buildings and stuff. Where are all the people? We have a small group of people right there, 2 people. Okay. Where are all the buildings? You build something like this, it's for people. Where are the people? Again, these are we are the inheritors of the post-apocalyptic world. Okay.
This is insane. This is why those big arches, the giant doorways.
Right. I mean, this stuff was built before power tools. All right. Absolute insanity. And then you look at the
Have
logistics.
you seen the art, the statues that they've done before, and what we do now with the proper tools, we still can't replicate.
Absolutely. Where are the people? There's some people here. These are more people moving in. And a lot of times you'll see these incredible buildings and mud streets. Why are there mud streets? You have these buildings. What is going on?
So you're saying the people that left these buildings moved out of our pond onto extraterrestrial lands?
Maybe, or maybe they were all wiped out in the mud flood. Maybe they're all buried underneath. Maybe they're all wiped out. You know, the civilization was wiped out. Maybe there was some sort of plasma event that killed everybody. I don't know. But you can't deny that these buildings are here because they're still here, right? Mm-hmm. You know, the settlers came, to Plymouth Rock, and they built with no power tools, giant buildings. Insanity. Why the lie? It's to hide our history. Why the lie? It's to hide our divinity, to hide technology, to hide and to shorten our lives and make us weak, right? Imagine, just clear your head and say, there's a million other continents out there with opportunity that is boundless. There is unlimited food and potential and energy, and there's free energy, right? And you have access to traveling anywhere without it costing you anything. How empowered would that make you feel, right? You'd be like, boom, your brain would fire into gear, send out, energy. And that's what all this place is, energy. And you would be out. Other people, now you're trapped in a ball. Your conscious mind is stuck in the news, having your mind steered with the news, northeast, west, south. Okay. Mm-hmm. And keeping you in fear with the headlines, the worry lines in your forehead. And you think that this is it. And we're flying through, and an asteroid could take us out, a nuclear bomb could take us out. All right. When you find out none of that is real. Living in constant fear. So that's where, in my opinion, depression comes from. People, their soul is screaming at them, wake up, there's more. And they're like, I have to go to work on Monday. What's that?
You mentioned energy. You think I have an idea of what these stars are. And I think they're energy. Energy can't be destroyed. Like, again, from hot to cold, from cold to hot, right? I think the luminaries, I think it's electric. And I like the way that you brought that out, because you said everything is energy. What's your take on the planets and the stars that we see? That looks like we're underwater.
Well, these are the stars that we see. Today's technology, our viewing optics have outgrown their lives. These are not burning balls of hydrogen in an impossible space vacuum, hundreds of millions and billions and trillions of miles away, right? Our closest star, the closest one in our sky, they tell us, is 25 trillion miles away.
The sun.
No, not the sun is 93 million miles away, but the closest star after our sun is 25 trillion miles away, 4.5 light years. Okay?
Unimaginable. I can't imagine how much space.
That is ridiculous, right? 25 trillion miles. If you're traveling a mile per second for 1 trillion seconds, you've gone 1 trillion miles, right? A mile per second, 1 trillion seconds, you've gone 1 trillion miles. If you're traveling a mile per second for 1 trillion seconds, you've been traveling for 31,000 years, and you are now 1/25th of the way to the closest star.
Unimaginable. It's impossible.
Let's say you can go faster than that, faster than a mile a second, and no one's ever gone a mile per second and anywhere. Let's say you go 100,000 miles an hour. It would take you 28,000 years to get to the closest star, right? And the other ones are magnitudes farther. Polaris is 433 light years away, our North Star, which we can all see with our naked eye. But if you do the math and you use size and distance, they tell us the moon is, the sun is 400 times bigger and 400 times farther than the moon. Therefore, they look like they're the same size, or perhaps
too perfect,
the same size, but that makes more sense. So we can prove that at 2 light days away, I'm sorry, 2 light months away, it's a lot less than that, but I rounded up at 2 light months away, it would be magnitudes too far to see Polaris at 2 light months away. It's 433 light years away. Okay. And when I say 2 light months away, it's really 2 light days away. You couldn't see it. Okay. And we could do that by, looking at the sun. The sun is 8 light minutes away. If we made it 8 times farther, it's a light hour away, and 8 times farther, you couldn't see it. Okay. So a light hour away. Well, Polaris is 48 times bigger. So 48 times farther is 2 light days away. You couldn't see it. But let's just make it 2 light months away, or even
wouldn't the size make it a little bit bigger to see? Maybe, perhaps.
When something's bigger and farther, it gets smaller. So if I had a ball that is 2 feet in diameter and one that's 1 foot in diameter, but the 2 foot one is twice as far away, they would look the same size.
Yeah,
right.
I get it.
They would look the same size.
That is insane. So you think their energy?
I think they're
outside of the dome.
Well, I think they're beyond energy. I think they're living. I think they're living. We're in this living system. Maybe our souls are in the stars, and maybe gods are in all of the planets. Right?
Wow.
Maybe.
Wow.
Right?
That's insane.
This is Arcturus. Capella. We saw this last night. You can see it with your naked eye. Okay, it kind of looks like that to your naked eye, but you zoom in on it. The heck is that? What is that? Is that a burning?
It looks like it's a glare through water. To be completely honest with you, that's what the light looks underwater.
Yeah. Well, star in a jar. Here's Arcturus. Totally different. Right? You can almost, yeah. And it's right there in the sky. And they want to tell us, oh, it's scintillating because of the atmosphere, but the planets don't scintillate. Right? They're millions of miles away. And it's the same thing with
that's a beautiful image, dude. I've never seen the stars this close.
Yeah. And here's Mars using a P1000. It's what the heck is this? Right? Is that a dusty, dirty ball like they show us? Right?
It doesn't look like a dusty, dirty ball.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Crazy. And we have a rover on Mars that we're controlling with a remote control. Okay. Nonsense. And there's a fly. There's a fly on the rover.
What? Get out. Wait. Hold the horses. Wait.
Yeah.
That's because showing me an image of the rover on Mars.
Yeah. From NASA.
From NASA. Oh, you can find this on NASA. Public knowledge.
I doubt they have it there anymore, because just like the ship from Kiribati,
aliens. We just found aliens, flying insects in Mars, guys.
You
So
heard it
there's a
here
guy
first.
that's suing NASA for hiding life on Mars because he was looking at a picture that the rover took, and the rover took a picture a couple of weeks later, and there was a pack of mushrooms next to a rock.
Get the fuck out. Dude.
And he's suing NASA for hiding that there's life on Mars. But the truth is, they're on Devon Island. Okay, they're on Devon Island, right? Here's a picture from Devon Island. And a picture from NASA's website. Look, a little selfie always gets they always get a corner of the space station. Or the
they're
rover,
trying to make it real, yeah.
right? And it's the same thing. You know what the Globers say about this picture? Somebody took it and added clouds and added color to it,
edited,
or someone just took it and made it a sepia tone.
But that's probably what they're doing with their images.
Yes.
Shopping.
Everything is backwards.
It's a reflection of what they're doing. Yeah.
Everything is backwards. I read an article just today that this woman's very upset. Since 2020, her husband has gotten lost in conspiracy theories. He thinks, that the jibby jab is not good for you, and he thinks that the Earth is flat, and he thinks, that the all this stuff, right? And how dangerous it is for people, and that we need to have controls. This is an article, right? And when the truth is,
wow,
he woke up and she's still a sleeping zombie. Okay.
Exactly.
And they
she's
literally
begging for
portraying it
control.
to the world as the complete opposite. All right.
Absolutely.
Complete opposite. Let me ask you a question. You ever hear of on Mount Everest when someone gets, stuck up atop, they can't rescue them and they just die, right? They're up because you can't fly a helicopter that high because the air is too thin, right?
Okay.
And people are too
Makes
weak
sense.
up there to carry anyone down and everything. And there's so many dead people up there. It's ridiculous. This is the Mars rover launched a drone, right? They say the atmosphere on Mars is like 1% of Earth.
Okay. Which should be thinner. Way thinner.
Way thinner. But this thing is operating in freezing cold, like 100 degrees below, 200 degrees below zero. And its batteries, no problem. It could go. And but by the way, this is a picture.
But we have problems here with our batteries, though. When it gets
this
cold.
is a picture of its shadow. It's up looking down at its shadow, and you could see what kind of shutter speed does this thing have to capture this shadow. I fly my drone at noon above the floor. You can't even see
You can't. Yeah.
right
The helo, right?
Yeah, you can't see it at all.
That's insane.
Right?
That's a good observation. These are things that, what the fuck, dude?
Right.
What is
Mars,
this?
Devon Island
Mars.
again. Mars, Devon Island again.
A lot of people say that Mars is also in Canada.
It is. It's Devon Island. Mars, Devon Island. Right.
Oh, that's okay.
Mars, Devon Island. Right. They literally tell us what's going on. Right. They tell us.
Let me ask you, why so sloppy? Why would they do this so sloppy?
I go back and forth. One because it's called they need to tell us what they're doing. They always have to tell us in some way, and if we're too stupid to see it, then that's our problem. But they always have to tell us. And other times I think maybe they're just that dumb. I go back and forth. Maybe they're just so sloppy because they don't care, because they think that we're all that stupid. When they landed, we landed the one with the helicopter on Mars. This is what they showed us. This is what they showed us, right? Back in 2020 or 2021.
That's a cartoon. That's a cartoon.
This is a cartoon, right? And let me just fast forward a little bit here. This is what they showed us. I'm fast forwarding, right? And now, how is that parachute opening up with 1% atmosphere? Okay, because when guys skydive, like Felix Baumgartner from 127,000 feet, his parachute wouldn't open until like 60,000 feet. There wasn't enough air, right? And who's filming this? Ready? And then watch this. It's getting tense. The cameras, look at this girl, double masks, amazing, right? And then all of a sudden it lands, and everybody claps.
And it's
everyone
cartoon.
ready? Watch the reaction. You can't fake this. Ready? And get ready. And then they all go crazy, clapping and high-fiving. Right? And this is the same thing.
Acted out, dude. That looks acted out.
I wonder if half the people, or maybe even more, all these young kids, they're all brainwashed to think that it's actually happening. And there's a couple people in there
PlayStation 1
that
has better graphics than that, bro.
Right.
PlayStation 1 has better
horrible.
graphics.
So my question is, Why? What if it crashed? Did they have a graphic for crashing? This is the Chinese also landed a space station. This is their video. Ready?
Okay, so let me ask you something. The way that they're recording that thing coming down, which means that there should be a cameraman or a camera station before that thing landed, right?
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's ground level and it's coming down.
Let's pretend that they use the American rover to film it. Look at this. Look at this. This is horrible. And watch the shadow. And look, it goes off. Oh, look at that shadow. Come on,
dude. It didn't even like they didn't. I would assume it would have bounced a little bit or like picked up dirt, because you know how look, go back to the rocket thing. It's throwing the rocket. It didn't even move dust on the ground.
The same thing with the moon landing. Everything. Come on.
Let's see. There should have been. It's propelled by a freaking jet stream, and it's pushing down on the Earth. There's no dust, nothing. That's fake.
Right. And
dust would have blown out and then casted a shadow as well.
I forget the price on this. I think this is like $240 million for this.
It
you know what this is?
You know what? We did the moon landing conspiracy theory. I love diving deep into these things. Like what's it called? The moon lander. I called it moon lander, and it looks. I got a hold of some images that it looks like it's just a bunch of masking tape, aluminum. It looks
absolutely.
Like 2x4s and shit. Like,
so look at this. This is an umbrella. Mm-hmm. That's a curtain rod. These are beach chairs. This is a Jeep chassis. Okay. It's duct tape. You zoom in on this. There's duct tape holding the fender on. It's absolute ridiculousness, right? None of it makes any sense. You watch any of the footage from the moon, it's absolute dumb. And now, this is the first from years ago. The Russians put a rover on the moon. This is the actual footage.
This looks like a better rover than the one that we sent to the moon.
Look at this. The guy's controlling it with a little stick shift. Look at this. 1970s, right? Look at this. What is this? A coffee cup? Okay.
They didn't work on their designs.
But this is what they showed us to feel. So
about their design.
You know, if you
again the projection of the fire pushing down, no, there's no dust.
If you catch them faking it once, then you catch them, then it's over, right? If they're lying once, they're lying about everything. So this is one. Check us out. Let me go back here. So notice his shadow. Okay, his shadow is going to the right. Okay, and now he's just going to the right, going to the right, going to the right, and we're gonna flip over. I think this is the one, and we're gonna catch up. Then we're just going to the right, and now his shadow is kind of going that way.
There's no reason why the lighting should have changed, because the sun it's
a distant sun. And now look, the shadow's going this way.
Fuck up. That's a fuck up. That's Hollywood magic failure. That's a blooper. That shouldn't have made the final cut.
Everything that they do is a blooper.
All right, dog. All right, look. Oh my! I want to give you okay. You blew my fucking mind. People need to tune into the Rumble. I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop portions on Instagram. And I'm gonna put all the other descriptions and everything. You blew it up today, dude. This was amazing. The graphics really help.
Yeah, absolutely. So listen to this. You know, and again, I'm not here to sell you an app, but this is the best $3 you're ever going to spend, because just go look at the reviews. Go to flatearthdave.com, click the app, go to your app store, and just read the reviews. Ignore the few Globers that are in there. Just read the reviews, okay? It's amazing. And if you think Flat Earth is dying, I'm clicking the little handle up there. And these are, I'm in Mexico right now, and these are just the people that are around me that have the app. But if we click on the world map, let's take a look on how many people have the app. And
it's
by the way,
designed.
What's that?
It's well designed. The app has good features. It's not.
Oh, it's got amazing features. But this is the friend finder. Let's look. Here's the UK. Look at all the people in the UK.
You're growing, man.
You think that this is going away? Nobody gets into Flat Earth and goes away.
At least the real Flat Earth, because there is another you know, there's factions fighting within the flat Earth community, and because of a controlled opposition, obviously.
Well, you know, here's the thing: there's factions in flat Earth. Some people say, "Oh, well, there's no dome. There's only a dome. There's no land beyond there." I love having those conversations, right? We all agree that we live on it's a horizontal plane, and we all agree that the physical ball spinning through an infinite space vacuum is scientifically impossible. Anybody that uses their God-given common sense. But my point is, flat Earth is dying? I don't think so. Look at all of these dots, more and more every day. Look at that.
That's just your app. Now imagine the people
just my
that
app.
don't know.
And not everyone that has the app has a blue dot because they haven't figured out to go into the friend finder and put in a username. And that's when it creates.
Make sure you grab, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you search up flatearthdave.com and find the link for his app.
It's right at the top of the page. You can't miss it. So
it has books, knowledge, friend finders. You could you could contact people there and meet with those people and have conversations.
And when you're teaching, it's one, great for teaching yourself, but two, when you're talking to other people, you pull it up and go, oh, you believe in the moon lander? You believe we went to the moon in this? Look at this.
Look at the tape. I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's duct tape, curtain rods, tin foil. I mean, look at the workmanship here. Let
me ask you something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. I've always thought that space, right, was probably the biggest lie and deception to keep us enslaved. Lie about space, you get away with everything, get away with murder. Do you think time is relevant? Do you think at this point, what's your concept on time? Now that we spoke a little bit about conspiracies.
So I think that we live in a we're having a soul experience. So therefore, our soul is living in our physical body. So you can say this is some sort of avatar-ish simulation, right? This is a real world. You know, it's physical. It's a low vibration. You know, pure consciousness is not physical. And then as it spirals downwards, when it gets to the very bottom point, that is physicality. And that's where we reside, on this physical plane inside this toroidal field. Every point in our world is connected to every other point. That's hard to imagine. But once you understand that, then you can understand how limiting your thoughts to the prison of
they tell us that in Avatar, the movie Avatar, everybody's
heliocentric world is a prison for your mind, right? Tons of images in here. We didn't even get into flight routes. Flight routes absolutely prove the Earth is a flat, motionless plane and not a globe. On the app, if you click the web button, right, second button down there, and tons of resources here, amazing TikTok channels. These guys, I don't know if you found Caleb and Derek yet, mind-blowing, amazing TikToks. But right here, the first one is my interviews. Your interview will be here.
Awesome.
And you know, you click that, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. Watch those. I talk about flights a lot. But if you go to the frequently asked question page, tons of information here. And if you go to Southern Flights right here, right, I click Southern Flights, and up opens a playlist of videos that they don't want you to know about. And it'll show you all about what's going on with Southern Flights and how they
for beginners. What videos do you recommend for beginners on your app?
I recommend people, if you're really like, you don't know where to start, click the web button, scroll down to where it says, where is it? Right here, Flat Earth Movies, FE Movies, right? Click that and turn off Netflix, get rid of Netflix, right? And watch any one of these videos. But the third one down for absolute beginners, it's called A Stranger's Guide to Flat Earth, 21 Questions. Okay. And it has top 21 questions answered in 3, 4, 5 minute clips. Right.
And that should suck you into the rest of the stuff.
That should wipe out all of your, like, what about Ships Over the Horizon? What about Seasons? Seasons prove the flat Earth.
Here we go. Time. There we go. Here we go.
So Seasons. So if I hit the frequently asked questions, which is the question mark, and I click Seasons, right? Seasons prove the Earth is flat. And seasons are impossible on a globe, but besides living on a globe is impossible. But watch those videos, and then you'll see. The Sun Explained is a great one. And this is what happens. You're going to go in there, and you're going to be like, wow, what about seasons? Okay, I get it. What about the 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
Opens other venues, other doors.
Yeah. So like once you've like, well, the 24-hour sun in the north makes sense, but on the flat earth, it doesn't make sense in the south, right? Antarctica and the 24-hour sun.
That's
Click
a good
that.
question too. Wow.
Click that and up come videos that Google doesn't want you seeing. They don't
These
want
are things that if they don't want you, for some reason, if this was fake, why disconnect it and take it off YouTube?
Right.
Right.
Just like they took the Gleason's map out of schools, out of encyclopedias, out of everywhere. All right.
Yeah.
So the app is $3, one-time charge. You have it forever. You can view the friend finder. Oh, and on the friend finder, you can click the little messaging and up comes messages, groups. You can start your own groups. You can actually do, ready? I'm going to show you real quick. You can actually do, I'm going to go to the beta test. Where's the beta test? You can do video calls. All right. Beta test group. Ready?
Wow.
We'll see. I'm going to say start a video call and you're going to see my setup here with my green screen.
Look at that.
And we'll see if people jump on, right? But you can start these calls. People are finding new best friends, finding all sorts of stuff. You know, people have regular weekly, daily calls, chatting. I've jumped onto some random calls. You can jump
this
in,
guy's
jump
live
out.
right now on a call on his app while recording onto this. Is amazing.
Yeah. And so if I let it sit for a little bit, people will jump on. A lot of people send a message out like, hey, 3:00 today, we're going to have a group. Well, here comes somebody, right? Somebody's jumping on. And they don't have their camera on for some reason, but that's all right. And, but we've had over 50 people on here, right? And whoever's talking comes on. Pretty cool stuff. Verity, we can't see your camera's off and I'm doing a little test here, but it's amazing. I'm going to end the call. So again, but to use,
$3, very easy to use, and it's amazing. It's well put together. It's a good app. I love it. I'm gonna pick it up myself.
Okay, but hold on. That's people are like, I didn't know there was a in-app charge. There is. It's if you want to be able to message people, if you want to fill out profiles and view other people's profiles, because people are using it as a dating app, essentially making new friends, making dates, finding people to work with, collaborate with. Because I've never met a blue dot I don't like. Right. So once to be able to use those features, you have to use a subscription, $11 a year.
That's not bad.
$11 a year. You ever buy anybody a
tequila?
You ever buy anyone a margarita?
Yeah, less than $1 a month.
It's going to be cost more than that, right? $11 a year. However, I made it easy. I have a referral system in the friend finder. If you click up here, right, you can make a referral code. You make your custom referral code. Mine is DITRH. And anybody that downloads the app, you tell people about the app, they download it, they put in your code, and then your number will go up. And once you have 11 or more, you can cash it in for a free subscription.
Bam. That was awesome. That's awesome.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Most people like, I'll just pay the $11. But there's lots of like kids that are still on their parents' phone bill and stuff. They're like, I can't do that. Whatever. Do the referral, because here's one thing that all flat earthers have in common. We want to wake up everybody. We want to wake up everybody to flat earth. It's the number one thing we all want to do. We wake up every morning and go, who the hell can we flat smack today?
Right.
Who can we flat smack? So there you go.
You flat smack.
Yeah. Like, hey, I went out for a coffee and I met this guy and now I'm a flat earther, right? Crazy.
I do that with conspiracy theories every single day, which is why I started the podcast. I love podcasting. This is my hobby, right? I found my passion. But at the same time, if I meet a new family member, they know that I'm the crazy conspiracy guy. Now they're embracing me. Now they ask me, Angel, what do you think about this? Oh, you're asking me something you want to know about? All right, let's get it. And I start blowing them up, and they spread that knowledge to other people. And I think that's our mission, waking them up to our reality, what really, really is reality.
FlatEarthDave.com. You can find my YouTube channel and my DITRH, which is all short videos. Just go through those, right? Yeah. My interview channels are linked there. My TikTok, my Instagram, my Twitter.
Check those channels out on our website, on paranoidradio.com.
All you got to do is put FlatEarthDave.com. Don't put all the links to everything because it's too confusing. FlatEarthDave.com. Exactly. If you have a podcast, you want to have me on, book Flat Earth Dave. There's a link there. Send the information, right?
Absolutely.
If you want to download this cool watch face for your phone. Right? It's hard to see with the green screen.
For the Apple? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's basically. The Apple doesn't allow you to have watch faces, but you can put an image. I have on my website, download the watch face, put it, it tells you how to do it.
Get that.
Yeah, it's fun because you're sitting there and people go, "What's that?" And you go, "Oh, glad you asked."
It's not that earth. Yeah, it's a good icebreaker.
Glad you asked. It's better when somebody asks you what's going on. So there you go. Thanks for having me on.
Dave, thank you, dude.
FlatEarthDave.com.
That's right, Flat Earth Dave. Make sure you follow him also on Instagram, guys, and reach out to him. You guys want to have him on your podcast, starting up a podcast or whatever. He's very humble, and he comes on the show. He blows it the fuck up, and he has an amazing posse that follows him around, and they're very passionate, and I respect that. Thank you so much for being on the show, Dave.
All right, thanks, Angel. See ya.
Paranoid Radio.